but I'm a little stronger now.
Right, so this is my current physique. Now, I was just after I've eaten a whole bunch of pancakes, had a whole bunch of liquid, and I've already trained. So keep in mind this after a lot of food. Fat's pretty much gone, it's just skin, a little bit of water weight, but definitely on track. Yeah, everything's coming in now. So currently I have one more week, and I think one more week and two more days to get stage lean. Definitely on track. Definitely on track. To the back. That is terrible, eh? At least the V-tab is there. Can't get any definition back. Anyway, that is me. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with my progress so far. Now it's time to dial it in even more. Welcome back to episode 10. Alright, so I'm going to take you through a quick update, and then I'm going to have a little spiel. So I'm currently on track with all my goals at the moment and how I'm progressing. As I stated in episode 1, if this is my level of body fat, and here's the stage day or show day, is I want to peak around here. So I was kind of planning on peaking like a week before peak week, so 2 weeks before the show. So that is on point. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the latest picture I just put up of my conditioning. The reason I did that is because that week before peak week, if I need to, I can add more cardio, and it acts like a buffer in order to help me to push harder if I need to. In terms of my nutrition diet, I'm kind of semi-carb cycling at the moment. It all depends on the day and how I look the morning of, and also how I'm feeling. So sometimes if I really feel like flat, I will have a high carb day. If I feel pretty good, I might have like a medium to low carb day. Or if I know there's something like a big event coming up, or something that I need to do that's going to require a lot of energy the next day, I'll have a high carb day the night before, so it gives me a bit more energy the next day. I haven't touched my proteins whole prep, I haven't touched my fats whole prep, so I've been pulling all my calories from carbs, and I'm roughly on about 150 grams of carbs a day. A low day for me is about 100 grams, and a high day can be between 2 to 250. In terms of supplementation, I'm still taking my clear muscle, I'm taking my fat burner still, and I have cut out creatine though. I've noticed once I cut out creatine, my physique really tightened up. As soon as I took it out, it was about 4 days later, my weight dropped by about a kg, and then my body tightened up. So that's good to know that it wasn't a lot of fat, but it was water weight that I was holding on to. In terms of how I'm feeling physically and mentally, the brain fog is still present. However, it comes in waves. So I'll feel really good, and then I'll feel like real crap afterward. Sometimes. So I might have a meal, and then my energy levels will spike, and then about half an hour after the meal, sometimes an hour, I crash. So it's kind of in between meals I feel like rubbish. In terms of my body, I'm feeling super fatigued at the moment. I woke up this morning, my body was absolutely stuffed, but I knew I needed to get into the gym and burn calories. so it's kind of avoidable at the moment. It's all part of this last part of the prep, and that's just because I was doing 2 leg sessions a week plus 5 to 6 sessions of cardio and around 500 calories on the stairs. So it takes a lot of heat on the legs. So what I've done is I've reduced my leg sessions. So instead of doing twice a week like I was, I'm just doing once a week. In terms of training at the moment, I've pretty much lost most of my my strength. So a lot of it's just pump workouts, getting a lot of that blood into the muscle and actually just almost fatiguing the muscle, but through not high reps but moderate reps and heavy weight, but not heavy enough to injure myself. I did have a bit of a scare, like I was doing some dumbbell flies the other day, only 16 kg, so it wasn't a heck of a lot of weight, but I started to feel the tendon in my arms just pull, and I just dropped the weight. It was an unnatural feeling, so I just didn't want to ruin myself and I didn't want to wreck myself, so I'm taking it really careful at the moment. My joints are starting to ache a little bit, so yeah, that's where I'm at in terms of my training at the moment and how I'm feeling. Just all in all, I'm just feeling lethargic, really. My body's feeling lethargic, but I mean, I'm coming in like I planned to in terms of my physique. So like I like to say to people, when you look at your best, you actually at your worst, and I think that's definitely true when it comes to this part of the prep. But this is where you kind of push, you push through that mental barrier. It's all mental from here on out. So to all the competitors that are competing, I really commend your effort so far. Keep it up, and everyone's doing a great job, and I can't wait to see you on stage. Now in terms of my posing, I've been really focusing on my transitions in between my poses. So I already think my posing's come a long ways from the start, because I absolutely had no idea what I was doing at the start. I think my posing's on point, but it's still got a long way to go. I'm feeling very flat at the moment. I just feel like my pumps aren't as good in the gym. They're getting there, but I just feel very, very flat. Shredded, but flat. Now all that being said, I am just feeling very determined. I'm feeling very, very determined at the moment, which is gonna kind of take me into my little spiel for this video. I just want to talk about things to keep in mind when you're on prep, especially this close to the end. The first thing is not worrying about other competitors. So don't worry about who you compete against. Don't worry about what your competition looks like. You can't change your physique. You cannot change your physique in this last couple of weeks, or you can't change your physique really in prep. All you can do is get dialed in and conditioned and as shredded as possible, and you can get in the best shape as possible. You cannot add more muscle, and you cannot come in a lot bigger than you think, or you can't change your genetics. Now, that being said, if you're worried about other competitors and you're stressing out, that could be a sign that you're not ready. If you are freaking out, I mean, it's nerves as well, but if you feel like you're just constantly worrying about other people, I mean, you're either ready or you're not for a competition. You're either mentally ready or you're not. You're either physically ready or you're not. That's what it comes down to. So I just suggest not worrying about other competitors. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Just focus on yourself and focus on bringing the best you to the stage, because who knows, you could win the show based on like the best you can bring, so don't focus on other competitors, just focus on yourself. And because if you do focus on other competitors, it's just going to drive you nuts. It's going to make you just go crazy, and you're just not going to feel good about yourself. So just focus on yourself. You guys do an amazing job, and just keep going. Now another thing is, posing matters. So a lot of competitors will work on their conditioning, they'll work on losing their weight, they'll focus on the diet, the training, everything, but they neglect the posing. Posing matters. If you've got the greatest physique in the world and you can't show it off with posing, then it's not great. There's no point in being on stage. So you actually got to work on your posing, and because the main thing is you need to work on holding those poses at the level of conditioning that you're going to be at on stage. It is super hard to hold poses for a certain amount of time when you're very low body fat and you've got very little energy and your joints ache, you know, you've got no body fat at all. So just as you're going through the prep, you should be working on your posing. If you haven't already, I suggest doing at least 15 to 20 minutes a day of posing. Work on the main poses, and then from there working on your transitions in between the poses. You want to make it as fluent as possible, and you want to make it look as natural as possible. You don't want to make it look like you're straining too hard on your poses either. You want to make it look as natural as possible and pick the best angles that are going to work for you, because bodybuilding is all about illusion, and it's going to be all about what the judges see on stage. So just focus on your posing, like I say, focus on yourself and focus on your own prep. The last thing I would really want to cover is, you're so close to the end of prep, make sure you keep that end goal in sight. This is the time when it gets super mentally draining, and it is, a lot of it is all mental, because most people are going to drift away, and this is when people are going to start to binge. They are going to start to think about what cheat meals they're going to have afterwards. Every other show I've done, I've always thought about what cheat meals I'm going to have afterwards. This show, I'm not really focused on that. All I'm focused on is getting stage ready. I can have my burgers and pizzas and stuff, desserts, whatever afterwards. I mean, it's cool to think about that, but if that's all you're thinking about, then that can lead to some pretty bad issues. So the last thing I want to talk about is just keep your goal in mind. Keep your focus on, keep that tunnel vision on and towards your goal. So don't worry about everything else around you, like other competitors and what they're doing in terms of the diet. Just focus on what you need to do to get your body, because your body's going to be different from everyone else, getting your body stage ready. So just focus on yourself, focus on your end goal, practice your posing, and bring the best you to the stage, because who knows, you practice all those things and you keep focused, you may win, you know. So just do your best and bring your best package to the stage, and then that's all you can do. You know, if you came second, if you come third, if you come last, if you come first, whatever. If you don't place, then you know that there's something to work on for next time. So take it all as a learning curve and just bring the best you to the stage. Alright, I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope this really helped you and gives you a bit of motivation to do what you need to do to stay on prep. You guys are all doing an amazing job with this prep. Just remember, stay focused and focus on you. Don't worry about anybody else around you, just focus on yourself and keep grinding out. Comment down below if you have any questions. You can contact me on social media if you have any questions about anything. Keep up the great work, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah.